everybody, Ricky Dover Jr. here, and today we're going to check out Same Old You by Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts. This song is in the key of A. It's actually A440, and we're in standard tuning this time. So this one starts out with the band all together and a main riff on top. This main riff being an arpeggio of the A chord. So we have root, fifth, and third of our A chord. Yeah, and so that riff repeats a couple times, and then we have a little change on the end. So the chords underneath the intro are A, F sharp minor, B minor, E major. And in this song, we have a repeating rhythm that's happening in the guitars. That dun 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 dun. So we'll try to keep that going with our right hand the best we can. So the rhythm of the intro would be, we have A, F sharp minor, B minor, E. So after the main riff in the beginning, the first chord starts on the A chord, the 1. To the 6th chord, the F sharp minor. To the 2 chord, B minor. To the 5, E. And here we have the transition. Back to the 6. And in this transition, we have the E on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then hitting the E and B open strings. Moving up the E on 2nd on D to the 3rd fret. And that chord sounds kind of crazy, but it's a passing tone landing on the 6th chord, the F sharp minor. Going to the 4, the D. To the 5, the E. And then we have the pre-chorus, the 4, D. To the 5, E. Back to the 1 for the A. So let's play along from the beginning, see what we got. So here we are after the first chorus going into the second verse. And so we have a half riff there, A arpeggio, the bending up on 4 to 6 on the G string, up and back down. And then here on the second verse, the acoustic guitars are keeping that rhythm going, the dun 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 dun. But the electrics are actually hitting on the snare drum beat. So we have to the 6, F sharp minor, to the 2, B minor, to the 5, E major, and then the pre-chorus, D to E. So let's check it out after that first chorus going into the second verse. So after the second chorus, we have the guitar solo, and those chords are similar to what's happening in the verse. So we have F sharp minor, to D, B minor, to E major, and then we have hits on the A chord. That leads us back into the final chorus there. So there's also a counter melody guitar that's happening in the solo, and let's check that out. Yeah, so there's kind of a cool counter melody that's going on there, and really what's happening is I'm hitting an octave starting on the F sharp, on the D string on 4, and on the B string on 7, and we're moving up 2 frets to hit the G sharp, and then we're moving up again to hit the A, B, so... So it's kind of a distant counter melody there, but if you listen closely, you'll hear it. Let's play it again. And so that leaves us into the solo. Let's check that out. So that solo actually sounds a lot harder than what it is. So we mainly have a lot of repeating phrases. Because we're starting the solo on the F sharp minor, we're hitting a repeating lick that's going. So again, we have. Yeah, let's listen to that first one. So after the first lick, the chord progression moves to the D chord, and we are moving up here. And a very similar picking pattern to the first one, we have a similar one up here. And this lick just repeats itself 4 times. And I know we're over the D chord, but we're hitting the C sharp in there, creating a major 7 sound. And then the third one actually moves up here to a B minor position. And so again, this lick as well in the third position, as we'll call it, just repeats several times, but then it also has a bend in there. And so because we are going, and also on this A on 10th fret of the B string, we can bend that note to hit the same note that's being played on the 7th fret of the high E. Or we could play it with the bend. It's the same note. So just to kind of spice it up a bit, in the middle there, it'll change for the bend. So we have in the third position. Alright, let's listen to the 3 positions. Here we have the first position. Second position. Third position. Yeah, let's listen along and play along to this. I know it's a lot of fast timing and fast picking, so watch your right hand there to make sure you get all those notes. It's a good practice for you. So after the moving up in the third position, we have an ascending melody that starts on the 2nd fret on the B string and it moves up the A scale. So after the third position, we have the E minor chord that's being played, but we're still in the A major scale. So we are letting our high E ring out as we are moving up the A major scale on the B string, starting on the 2nd fret, the C sharp. So we have. And so what's happening is we are picking once and then sliding and then hitting our high E. So we're doing 2-3 on B string, hitting the open E, 3-5, 5-7, 7-9, 9-10, 10-12, 12-14, 14-15, 15-17. And then we're grabbing the F sharp, G sharp, and A up here on the high E string on 14, 17, 18 for the final 3 notes there. So all together we have. And so by then we have the band accenting hits on the 1 chord. And then we're back up here in this A major scale, also just like the F sharp minor, pentatonic. With this bend, we're going. So again, slower, that's. Alright, so let's listen to that sliding lick in its entirety and then finish with the bend up here. Now, so let's play along to the whole solo and see what we got. Alright, great job. I know that's a pretty fast one, but I believe in you, you can do it. So after the solo there and after the breaks, we are going back into the chorus, and there's some guitar licks on top of that, so let's check it out. So once the chorus kicks back in, after the... we're moving that same scale, but just an octave down. So we're at F sharp minor, pentatonic, A major, same thing. On this next lick, we're going... And what we're doing is bending up on 4th fret on G, hitting the 2nd fret of E, the F sharp, and back. So after that lick, we're moving up again in this F sharp minor A major scale. A little slower. And then next we're actually starting with this D note on the G string on 7 and hitting the A on 5th fret of E. So we have the root and 5th note of a D chord, which is what the band is playing on top of it. So we're hitting... And then we're moving the G string on 7 down to 6. And then hitting 4 and 4 on G and E. 2 and 2. Alright, so we have... So starting with the first lick and the final chorus. And then here we have an ascending melody over the E chord. Let's listen before that and play along. So once we get down here for the E chord, and so we're starting on the G sharp, the major 3rd of the E, and then hitting the high E as well. And then this time we're moving again up the A major scale, but starting on this G sharp. And so starting on the G, moving up, we're going 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 11, 11 to 13, and then on 13 we're doing a slight bend up to 14. So again, that whole lick is... So as the final chorus repeats itself, we have another continuing lick up here on 12 and 14 on the B and high E string. And what that is, you know, we have our A chord, but we have the same octave up here. So we're hitting the 2nd and major 3rd and then 5 note in the A. So in this part of the solo, we're moving positions, but we're going to be anchored around one chord shape. So here we have our A. And so we have the lick. And then next we're moving down to the F sharp minor, as the chord progression does. So we have the F sharp minor on G on 11. Now we're going to anchored with the F sharp here on 11 on G. Slower, that is. So the first one, anchored 14 on G. Sliding. Anchored 11 on G. So the third lick anchored again around this D shape right here. So we're keeping the D on 15 on the B string, rooted there, and then we're going around from 14 and 12 on the high E. And then we have the final lick, and this one is starting over the E major chord. We're hitting the major third and fifth, keeping this shape. So we're doing 13, 12 on G and B. And then moving that down 2 frets on 11 and 10. And then hitting the E and major third on 7 on G and B. So from the D shaped lick, we have... Slower, we have... Let's listen and play along. Yeah, so after that E, we have the main riff that comes in for the last tag of the song, and the licks up top are starting with this A up here on the high E string on 17. And then we actually have a pre-bend starting on 16 up to 17. And then grabbing the F sharp there, bending on 17 on B. So we have... And then the next licks. Again, another pre-bend, this time on 17 on B. And again, we're going to end this F sharp minor pentatonic A major scale. Pre-bend on 17 on B. And another pre-bend on 16 on G. And then, because we have the D chord happening, we're grabbing that lick and hitting the D note there. And the next, we have the B minor chord. Breaking against the strings on 14 on B, but just a half step bend from the C sharp up to the D. And so again, we're in this F sharp minor pentatonic A major scale. Let's listen and play along. So the final outro licks are... Alright, now let's do a final run through of the song and see what we got. All right, folks, well, that's it for Same Old You by Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and I'll see you next time.